Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anisa and let's get right into the video. So right now all I'm doing is cutting down my tips. These tips are from the Attitude Shop and they are curved press-on nails. These are very hard to find, but I'm glad I found them. I'm now shaping the nails into a coffin shape. Be mindful of your sidewalls because if you file down too much into them, then the press-on nail will no longer fit and you will have to restart. So go ahead and check the fit from the beginning if your client is similar size to you, or just make sure the nail just fits in general. And everything I've linked to be linked to down below in the description. If I don't have a link to it, then it won't be there. But these nails are from the Attitude Shop, like I said. The tip stand is from Amazon, and this is an 818 hand file, and this is a 60 by 60 grit. And the pinky, I will be turning it into stiletto a little bit later on, and then the rest of the nails are going to be coffin. Now I'm going to be removing the shine, and after that I went ahead and did 2 coats of base coat, and I cured everything for a full 60 seconds. If I'm not curing it for 60, then I'm curing it for 120 just to make sure everything is fully cured and everything will not peel. But I like to go in with 2 layers of base coat now just to give these nails some more structure, because she did break a nail, and this is the only time she ever has, because these tips are just way more flexible. And I also used hard gel on the previous set, and those are the ones that broke. So this just does need a little bit of thickness because these tips are just a thinner plastic. So now I'm going in with my Beetles Nude after my base coat has been cured. I also like to wipe off my base coat's tacky layer. It still leaves a slight tacky layer behind, but it's not as tacky as it normally is. You 100% can if your base coat is not having an issue where whenever you put the next color on top of it, it just kind of slides off and goes into like a weird little position. If your base coat is, well, if your color is doing that, it's because of your base coat or whatever you have underneath it. And sometimes it's not necessarily this color, because I know this color is fine. It was my base coat that was messing up. So now I just go ahead and wipe it off, that tacky layer, and then go in like regular. And as you can see, the nude color is not sliding anywhere, but this is just a base color, and I will do 2 coats of this, and then I will go in with a pink afterwards just to change the undertone. Now I'm just doing the thinnest layer I can of this it's called DD something, and it is a very pretty color, but I use it just a little bit just to change the overall undertone of the set, and I will cure it for a full 60 seconds. And you really do not need a lot of this pink unless you want to make it like a true bubblegum, like syrupy pink. As always, I like to go in with a layer of top coat to protect my base design, because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, or I've never done what I'm doing like ever before, so I don't know how it's going to go, and I don't want to start to eat my base design up with like acetone or anything like that, just in case I don't like it. And I have to wipe it off a bajillion times. It's going to be 100% fine because that top coat is protecting it, and I will cure it for a full 120 seconds. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to make a non-wipe / non-tacky gel polish. You want to use a non-wipe or non-tacky top coat. If you use a base coat or a wipe base coat, or one that doesn't specify it's non-wipe, it is going to cure with a tacky layer, and just have to do like an extra step of wiping things off if you have to reshape or anything like that. But if you go in with that and mix your neon pigment powder, I will have these neon pigment powders linked down below in the description, and you mix it up really well, that is how you create a gel polish. And this is going to be a fine gel polish on its own if you wanted something more jelly like. But in order to make it a little bit more opaque, I'm going in with 1 little dot of white, and as you can see, it did brighten it up, but it also did make it way more opaque. However, it's still not super opaque. The more white you add, the lighter the color will be. So if I added enough white to make it, you know, have a little bit more opacity to it, then it may turn into a pastel if there's not enough neon in it. So what I'm going to do later on is make a milky white, which is just, again, non-white top coat, and just a regular white gel polish. But you can also use just your white gel polish, and that'll also make a neon color, and I will show you guys the difference later on. And yes, the more white you add, the more bright it's going to be, but just be careful with that. And I'm going to say that for a little bit later on. I like to reshape just because sometimes if I'm not wiping it off enough, the gel polish overhangs. So you can also file a little bit more when you have the gel polish on, because again, these tips are kind of flimsy. Sometimes when you like remove the side trim, if you just have like a regular square, it's fine. But if you want like a narrow coffin, these just get a little bit more bendy. But if you have a stiletto nail, it is still super strong for some reason. But I'm just going to go ahead and reshape, and then I'm going to be back when it's time for the design. Now I'm buffing to make sure my surface is nice and smooth. However, you can go in with a matte top coat. It does the exact same thing. And as you can see, that other nail is shiny. It's because I was going to do something with blooming gel and it did not work to the way that I wanted it to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and restart. But now I'm mixing it's a regular white. It's by Anisa, the one that I'm always using. And all you do is you mix it into more top coat than you do have white gel polish to get it more milky, and this is the color I came up with. However, you can use, like I said, a regular white, just a regular Vanillisa white or anything. It'll make it even brighter. I just didn't like that look. It just looks a little too fake white for me. But you most definitely can use a regular white, and you can even use this when you're doing neons in general. Like let's say you're using like the McCart neons or the not polished neons or anything like that. If you put white underneath it, literally it'll be so much brighter with less coats of polish. If you've tried it out with like regular nail polish, it's the exact same thing in regards to gel. But I'm just going to do my white bases, and then I'm going to go in with my neon gel polish that I made. And yeah, you can do this with any neon pigment. I wouldn't recommend doing this with like acrylic powder or anything like that. Just go ahead and look for like neon pigments. I've seen people do it with mica powders and mica pigments before, and I haven't done that yet. I've only done it with neon pigments because to me neon pigments are just that, pigment. So you can pretty much do anything with that. I did an aura design with this on this set actually, and I didn't like the way it turned out. But if you guys would like to see me try out an aura design with just the neon pigment powder, I will definitely try it again. But right now all I'm doing is finishing up my French tips, and I will be curing them for a full 60 seconds in the lamp just to make sure all the layers are nice and cured. And as you can see, it pops right away. And if I were to just use the yellow on its own, I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit, but it looks kind of translucent. Like you could still see the nude through it in some areas, but with this it looks much brighter. But I will be going in with a second coat of neon over top of it, which makes it pop even more. Here's what it looks like without the white base. And you guys, this French kind of ate a little bit. So I was kind of sad that I had to get rid of it. But as you can see, it is a clear difference. But yes, you can also make this a lot thicker depending on the kind of clear you use, because you can use like a hype, it's called hy.pe hype rubber top coat, and it is a nice thick top coat, and you can do it to make your polish a little bit thicker. You can change the consistencies based on the consistency of the gel polishes you use. But you guys, look at the difference between the two. It is like night and day. This one is way brighter, so I went ahead and wiped it off and restarted, and I'm glad I did that instead of just leaving it, because I was gonna leave it, to be honest with you, because I like the way that I did the French, because I had cleaned it up and took my time and everything. But it just wouldn't, it would literally stick out. Like, that's, if I can see a difference, then everybody else can see a difference, because sometimes I just leave stuff. Like, I didn't even notice the thumb on this one was longer until I put it in the box, and then I had to reshape it. And yeah, so things like that, I definitely noticed a difference with this. So I recommend you try it. Let me know how that went down in the comment section. If you are enjoying this so far, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Did do this on different days, so as you can see, this neon is much brighter, so I did have to do 2 coats on the other ones. But now I have a layer of blooming gel, or blossom gel as the Beatles calls it, and I put a thin layer, not a thick layer, because the thicker the layer, the more it'll spread out. Same thing with the more gel polish you use. I went ahead and let it bloom for just a little bit, and as you can see, it's still blooming because it's still wet. And I went and did my dots up the sides, and then I went and did a little dot in the middle, and I added some more gel polish to make it spread more, because like I said, the more gel polish, the more it spread. This is more blossom gel, so I can do my white, and I ended up dragging it out, and because on the other finger I did dots, and then I ended up wanting the dragged out look a little bit more, because the dots didn't give what I thought it was. So I went ahead and cleaned it up, because it was just blooming a little too far for the white, with a cuticle pusher, because going in with a brush would not have done what I wanted it to do. So I'm just literally scraping it off, and then I cured it for a full 120 seconds, maybe 60, probably 60, because 120 seems a little bit overkill. But now I'm going in with the McCart Precision rhinestone glue gel, and I am using it to apply my charms. I have never had an issue with it falling off with this glue gel. Ended up getting it because Nails by Jessica recommended it, and I will leave the haul video which I got them in the description box, because I am still using a lot of those products from that haul. And I'm going in with some flowers which I got from Balm Nails, or Nails by Lazar, and I'm just adding them in with their gold beads. I also have some more caviar beads, which I will also link down below in the description. And I just kind of did a nice swirl design on the middle finger just to give it some more. And I went ahead and added another piece of bling on the index finger. Let you guys know how these lasted because I did not add any hard gel to them. I just added more layers, and so I'll let you guys know if these break. If they do, I will be adding like way more layers, way more, and I'll even probably go in with hard gel over my nude base. But I was thinking about doing it for this, but I didn't think it came down to that. But I will let you guys know what happened because I'll be sure to ask her. So I'm gonna let you guys watch me do some bling, and I will be back when it comes to packaging because I do have it in this video. Now it is time for the final layer of top coat, and then the set will almost be done. And you want to make sure you top coat over these flowers, especially the gold beads, because they will tarnish. And I'm using a rubber top coat, and this is from, like I said, Hype, and it has a non-tacky layer. So once I finish this, I can go ahead and wipe them down with alcohol just to make sure that there is no smudges or anything like that. And my packaging, I do also use pirate ship for shipping, and I use a little kitchen scale for weighing. I will link it down below in the description. I'm pretty sure I bought it. If I don't have it, then my sister has a link to it, but it is a pretty good scale, and I use it literally every time I want to mail, and I've never had an issue with the scale being off or anything like that. And it is super easy and super simple. And I think I paid priority shipping for this. I paid like $8 when normally it is just $4 and it gets there within the week. However, we are in, it's like holiday season, so it just takes a little bit longer. So I paid for priority so she can get her nails a little bit quicker. But that is all I have for you all. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, ring the bell. Everything I have links to be linked to down below in the description. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye. will leave a link to my press on supplies video in the description. I just am using a new double-sided tape. This is a foam one, and I like it much more than the clear one. And I will let you guys watch, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.